Hey y'all, welcome as we continue in the Psalms with Psalm 60 today. This psalm is part of the events recorded in 2 Samuel 8 and 10, as well as 1 Chronicles 18 and 19, when David was winning battles and growing in fame. David must have written this psalm shortly after hearing the bad news of the invasion by Edom, but the psalm still manifests the spirit of trust and confidence that the Lord would give Israel victory, and he did. We'll go ahead and start in verse 1 of Psalm 60. You have rejected us, O God, and broken our defenses. You have been angry with us. Now restore us to your favor. You have shaken our land and split it open. Seal the cracks, for the land trembles. You have been very hard on us, making us drink wine that sent us reeling. But you have raised a banner for those who fear you, a rallying point in the face of attack. Now rescue your beloved people. Answer and save us by your power. David opens this psalm by detailing the problems of the situation that he was facing. He was speaking to the Lord for the nation who felt abandoned by God in their recent defeat. David interpreted Israel's defeat as a sign that God had rejected his people. However, as a man of faith, he did not give up. He rallied the people around the Lord's banner and praised his great name, even after a defeat. Jehovah Nissi is the Lord our banner. David knew that Israel was God's own people, his beloved nation who feared him. He knew that God had promised to give them success against their enemies. In shepherding their emotions and circumstances to the Lord was able to conquer the fears in David's heart and turn them to increased faith. And we'll go ahead and continue in verse 6. God has promised this by his holiness. I will divide up Shechem with joy. I will measure out the valley of Succoth. Gilead is mine, and Manasseh too. Ephraim, my helmet, will produce my warriors, and Judah, my scepter, will produce my kings. But Moab, my wash basin, will become my servant, and I will wipe my feet on Edom, and shout in triumph over Philistia. David had petitioned the Lord for rescue, answers, and salvation, and he received a message of encouragement from the Lord in response. David was quick to believe the Lord's word and pass it along to the people of the nation. The message received describes Jehovah as a warrior who defeats the enemy and keeps his promises. Shechem was located west of the Jordan River with Succoth, while Gilead and Manasseh were east of the Jordan River. Jacob was connected to both Succoth and Shechem. Ephraim was a strong tribe called to defend Israel. Judah was chosen to be the royal tribe bearing the scepter. Both Edom and Moab were known for their prideful arrogance. In God's eyes, Moab was nothing but a basin used for washing dirty feet, and Edom was a servant who cleaned dirty shoes. As for the Philistines, Israel's persistent enemy, even into today, God would raise a shout of victory over them. David stood on these promises from God and he claimed them by faith. Fighting on two fronts isn't easy, but God gave them the victory. Today, Israel has been fighting a 7-front war with Gaza, which includes Hamas, Palestine, which is Philistia, Lebanon, which is Hezbollah, Syria, Iraq, Yemen, Houthis, and Iran. But God has promised them victory. Israel is God's nation. And we'll continue in verse 9. Who will bring me into the fortified city? Who will bring me victory over Edom? Have you rejected us, O God? Will you no longer march with our armies? Oh, please help us against our enemies, for all human help is useless. With God's help, we will do mighty things, for he will trample down our foes. David earnestly petitioned the Lord and prayed that he would honor his word and give his beloved people victory over their enemies, and the Lord answered. David made it clear that he wasn't looking back at defeat. He was the kind of leader who looked to the future and he trusted the Lord. David didn't interpret one setback as a sign of total defeat and complete devastation. David didn't trust in himself or in his capable officers or valiant soldiers. He trusted fully in the Lord, and the Lord honored his faith. The enemy would be and will be completely defeated, trampled into the dirt, and Israel will triumph. Israel rallied to the banner of God's truth, and the Lord gave them victory. We battle against a defeated enemy. The battle has been won, and we can stand in faith, knowing the Lord holds all victory, power, and strength. God doesn't tell us that it's going to be easy, but he promises to be with us through every battle and every single heartache. He promises to hold us, to carry us, and to love us. He promises to guide us to his victory. It's up to us to trust him It's up to us to do like David teaches us and shepherd every circumstance and every emotion straight to the Lord. It's up to us to let Jesus turn our fears into increased faith as we learn more and more to trust him with every outcome. He is faithful and his love never ever ends. It never ever will. It's up to us to cling to him with all of our guts, trust him with everything in us, and never let go of his guiding heartbeat. Thanks, y'all. I hope you're having a glorious day in the Lord.